gone through about hierarchies in Google? No one. Very good. మనం ఆంధ్ర స్టూడెంట్స్ కాబట్టి అంతే.
Took one day to get over India's loss. Took one day to get over India's loss.
Okay, boss. I have nothing in the queue. I'm just loading certain records now. And I would like to run a report. First of all, I'm showing you what's the requirement for hierarchies. Why do I need hierarchies here? I go to this queue. I want customers and some sales amount. That's fine. I can run this query into browser. I don't waste my time. Go to RSRT and give the report now. Execute this. So I just get to see, I have got some 5 customers, I know. So I got some 9999. Why 9999? Did I write some routine replacing with 9999 something? If you want to reflect the transformation changes, should I delete the data in the queue and load back? So I get this 5 customers. This output is fine, but I'm not happy with this output. What I want is, I would like to see a tree-like structure saying some root node saying all, and when I expand all, I must see, I would like to classify these customers as essential and exceptional. So I would like to see a folder like essential and exceptional. When I expand essential, then I should see customers who are essential. When I expand exceptional, I should see customers who are exceptional. Atla naku hierarchy laga kavali, tree laga kavali. Okay. So I just want to maintain all these 5 customers as like a tree. Okay. So what the structure I am expecting is So I want these two customers as what? Exceptional. So I want a node like this here. So I am trying to build a hierarchy tree, something like this. So I want a node like all as root, as the topmost node, we call it as root node. Under all, I want two subfolders, one is exceptional and one is essential. Under exceptional, I would like to see these two customers list. Under essential, I would like to see these three customers list. Totally, these are the 5 I got in the output. One 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 85 to 12748 519 this one, and then 20713 and 21. Only for these 5 customers I am dealing for now. I am not taking all those customers. Okay, boss. Now when you want to plan this up, this is an hierarchy, boss. Now can I say this is node level 1? Does your hierarchy will have levels, boss? So you should understand levels, like say node level 1, this is the one. Node level, and this, and at node level 2 I have got customer types, and then I have got node level node level 3. So I've got 3 node levels like this. Actually, as 1, 2, 3, node level count starts from 0, 1 and 2. Okay. So at node level 1, I've got the, and how many, each value is like one node. How many nodes I've got in total? I'm trying to build a hierarchy with 8 nodes in it. 5 and this 3, 8. Yeah. So at node level 1, I have one node. In node level 2, I have got 2 nodes. In node level 3, I have got 5 nodes. So now you understand what is node level, what is node. And the topmost node is called as root node. Okay, boss? Good. Now when you want to build a hierarchy with 8 nodes like this, every node of an hierarchy should be when it comes to BW, should be either characteristic node or text node. This node, each value should be either a characteristic node or a text node. Okay. Now when I say characteristic node, it means, like say now you see the value 12748. Is this value 12748 a value of a certain info bit in BW? Which info bit? Customer number, right? So then I refer it as characteristic node. Then I refer it as characteristic node. Now let's say I have a node called exceptional. Okay, is this a value of some info bit in BW? Exceptional is an info bit value ka petnama ledu. It's like free text. Okay? So then we refer that as text node. In the hierarchy, if you have some node which is a value of one info bit or master data info bit, then I say it's a characteristic node. A info bit value is like a free text I want to use, then it goes as text node. Okay, boss. Now tell me, for all the nodes in the node level, which info bit will I be using? Which info bit has got values, boss? Remember in the cube, what is that? Customer key. Z. So I have already info bit called what? Z cust key, which is info bit representing all these node values. It's a characteristic node. But what about text nodes? Text nodes are not values of any characteristic info bit, so they are text nodes. So whenever we are using text nodes, you will be using info bit called info bit to represent them as 0HIR underscore node. Again, for this also text node, so I should use 0HIR underscore. Actually, for each node level, you should manipulate an info bit. If they are characteristic nodes, you will have a characteristic info bit. If they are free text nodes, then you will have by default info bit as what? 0HIR underscore node, fixed node. So I have got 3 node levels. For node level 1 and 2, I have got 0HIR underscore node. For node level 3, I have got info bit Z customer key representing it. So total nodes of hierarchy is 8 nodes. Okay. So first thing is you need to formulate a file. Because when you got node hierarchy, each record in a file would be representing one node. So when I have 8 nodes, you must formulate a file with 8 nodes in it. So already I have formulated it. Look at this. This is how the structure of the file looks like. Node ID, okay. see, you'll have first column as node ID, just a serial number for each node, okay. Then the info object name which is representing that node, then name of the node, forget about link, and then the parent. For this node, who is the parent? Okay, if it is blank, there is no parent, okay. Then language, short text, medium text, long. Now let's formulate. For each node, you'll have to formulate one record in this file. Now what is first node now? All, okay. For all, what is the node ID? I'll say now serial number is what? 1. All is a text node or characteristic node? Text node. So what is the info bit representing this node? 0 HR underscore node. And what is the node name? All. So link is blank, don't worry. And who is the parent of it? Another parent. Then means your parent level. So I am leaving it blank, English, and the description short, medium, and long. Next, make an entry for this node, exceptional, okay. Say node ID 2. Again, info bit name is what? It's a text node, so 0 HR underscore node. I am giving shortcut value as except, okay. For this parent is what? All. For all, what is the node ID? 1. So I am giving parent as 1. So for exceptional, no, parent is all node, and English, and description I am giving as exceptional here. Same way for essential, node ID 3. Who is the parent again? Your parent, one name, English or description. Again, now when I am giving out next set of nodes, I am using info bit name as what? Z cust key, because they are characteristic nodes. So I just give these numbers, and for these two I put parent as what? 2. 2 is what? Exceptional. And for these 3 I put parent as 3 is what? Essential. That's it. This is a file like this I am given. So in the later they would queue a file, but even if the file is not given, you can manipulate the file. You know how the file looks like. Yeah. So now for geography key, till now we are maintaining only attribute data for customer key, not geography. Customer key we are maintaining only attributes. Now I would like to enable hierarchies also. How do I do this? Now I'll go to info bit, say what? No, change. Where do you maintain the info bit saying you want hierarchies bus? With hierarchies, then you have different types of hierarchies bus. Now when I say hierarchy not dependent, parent child relationship is fixed, they don't change. Okay. When I say here time dependent hierarchy structure, it means say I have a customer C1, let's say presently it is under Hyderabad. Now after 2 days it can change to Bangalore bus. So one child can belong to multiple parents with respect to date intervals, date to and date from. C1 is under Hyderabad from Jan 1st to Jan 31st. C1 is under Bangalore from Feb 1st to Feb 28th. అంటే డేట్ ఇంటర్వల్ బట్టి చైల్డ్ ఒక పేరుని ఉదాహరణ చదువు మారుతూ ఉంటుంది, వేర్ ది స్ట్రక్చర్ ఆఫ్ ది హైరార్కీ చేంజెస్ బేస్డ్ ఆన్ ద డేట్. దట్ ఈస్ వాట్ time dependent hierarchy structure. In this case of time dependent, your file will have 2 more fields extra. One is date to and date from columns extra on time. Now if I say entire hierarchy is time dependent, say now Telangana was divided in the year, let's say 2015 was. Now till 2014 I have one set of hierarchy saying like say country India, I've got AP and some districts in it, all 24 districts in it, and this hierarchy is valid till 2014. From 2015 I have a different set of hierarchy which says India, 2 states AP and Telangana has got some districts and AP has got some districts. This hierarchy is valid from 2015, means complete hierarchy itself is dependent on time. Okay, hierarchy fixed, దాని లోపల పేరెంట్స్ ఉదాహరణ కింద మూవ్ అవుతున్నాయి అనుకో, దట్ ఈస్ hierarchy structure depend on time. But if I say complete hierarchy itself is valid on the different time periods, then that is what? Entire hierarchy time dependent. You are getting all the 3, but in this case for me what? There is no time dependency at all. Select this and say just activate. Now it starts creating the 3 tables for hierarchies H, I and K. For attribute table it is P, for text table it is T, for SID S table, yeah. And for hierarchies it creates H, I and K. You don't have to worry what it is. They are not linked with primary key, foreign key, they are linked with the program. Don't worry on this. All the hierarchy structure, everything would get into the tables, yeah. That's it. Now once you got, if I just refresh now do you get hierarchy also? Now how did you load your attribute or text? Can I load my hierarchies also now? Create data source, connect transformation, info package, DDP. That's it. Clever slide. Your data source will be slightly different. Now look at this. Shall I create data source bus? Because already my file is ready. I'll go data source. Right click, say what? Create data source. Cust key and something. I'll say what? Hierarchy data source. Slide get different. What type of data source here? Hierarchies. Say okay. In the extraction tab, specify your file. I already maintained this in your video recording somewhere. I maintained. Desktop AWS. Hierarchy file 1. Okay, now is what is it? Is it hierarchy separated by separator? Yes. What is separator bus? Comma. Done. Apart from all this, now here you should say, by using this hierarchy data source, you will be loading to which target info bit bus? Z cust key na. That's my info bit. Now, now here I can create header. Okay, header and say what are the file I am loading? It should go as one hierarchy bus. Can we load multiple hierarchies to one info bit? Yes. Now what are the file you are loading? To which hierarchy do you want to load? I can say create hierarchy from here and say what is create header. It asks you to which hierarchy name you want to load. Name of the hierarchy say Z HIR underscore customer type. So basically my file is loading to this info bit and that hierarchy what I just gave it. Okay, that's it. Now just go to file structure. Look at the file structure. Node ID, info bit name, node name, link name, parent. Actually I copied this from a previous data source. I made it the file ready. So basically when the data source create, you will know what should be my file structure. If I copy this column, that is my heading of the column. Based on this only I create my file structure. Okay. Now go to segment fields. Now here look, but when it do you know about fields here? In attribute data source transaction, you saw the tab as fields where it was showing fields what is coming from data source. But here what happens? Here also you have fields, but fields as per segments. What it does is, if you give this file, it does not extract all the 8 records or something like that. What it does is, it will take 8 records in multiple groups, multiple segments. So, first segment is header, okay. Then enter means it will take only hierarchy name. So it will extract one segment only with the name of the hierarchy. Again one more segment will take only with the descriptions of the hierarchy name. Again it will take one segment only the structure and which node is linked to which child, which parent, those linking of the structure as one segment. And one more segment description of your nodes. Node ki descriptions. Atla your data source is not going to extract one segment. Multiple segments of data it does bring in. Default hierarchy. What vachesi hierarchy name, header hierarchy name, description of the hierarchy, then complete parent child link of the nodes, then node descriptions. Once you will see the PAC, you will understand. Activate. I gave the file right already. Let me close the file. I can see the preview. If I say hierarchy header nothing, okay. Hierarchy description nothing, because hierarchy header and description is formed with the name what I give. Don't worry on that. Basically, man get the structure. Education first node is all kinda exception essential. At a parent child tree structure matra structure lo untundi. But does it bring descriptions? Oh, structure separate, description separate ga vastayi. As two different blocks. And language node name short, medium and long. So node linking like tree is one segment. Node's description is one segment. You can understand as if like multiple okay data sources, local multiple segment, as if like multiple data sources. Okay data source, different sets of this data. We'll understand now. Okay. This one now. I'll connect this hierarchy data source to what? Target. Same like with what? Transformations. Right click. Say what? Create transformations. My target is customer key. Data source is so and so. Data source. What is this? Test file. Flat file. You see, my target is expecting hierarchy name, node name, lots of stuff, but only hierarchy ID is populated. You could drop down. Just say this is only one segment of data source. What segment? Hierarchy header. And then descriptions are populated. Drop down, if you say hierarchy structures are given. If you drop down, description of the nodes are power. Is it not nothing like multiple rule groups? Automatically my data source will have multiple segments, multiple sets of mapping is done here. Okay. ఇక్కడ ఒక్క చిన్న రిపేర్ నౌ ఐ హ్యావ్ సమ్ ప్రాబ్లమ్. దిస్ ఇస్ మై ప్రాబ్లమ్ విత్ ది సిస్టమ్. ఇట్స్ నాట్ ద లేటెస్ట్ సపోర్ట్ ప్యాక్. సో చూడే ప్రాబ్లం ఏమంటే ఓన్లీ విత్ ది హైరార్కీ స్ట్రక్చర్ ఐ హావ్ గాట్ అ ప్రాబ్లమ్. Node ID is a serial number that is getting into node ID. Okay. Inf object name is getting to inf object name. Node name is node name. You remember what is node name? Which will have that 0 HR underscore node or a cust key something. Yeah. And link name, parent name. But if you see node name, it is mapped to 2 columns. Hierarchy node is 1, and what is this here? Because if you see the file, there are some records with 0 HIR underscore node as a node name, and there are some other with node key as what? Z cust key. Node name. Would you done? This is my node name. Okay. There are some node names with info bit name as HR underscore node. There are some node names with info bit name as what? Cust key. Now actually ఏంటంటే నా రిక్వైర్మెంట్ ఏంటంటే the node name should get into this one when the info bit name is 0 HR underscore node. Node name has to get into this Z cust key when the info bit name is Z cust key. ఏ రికార్డ్కి అయితే info bit name Z cust key ఉందో అది దీనికి పోవాలి. 0 HR underscore node అంటే దీనికి అది ఆటోమేటిక్ తీసుకోవాలి అది యాక్చువల్గా. దట్స్ వై దర్ ఇస్ న్యూ ట్రాన్స్ఫర్మేషన్ టైప్ యాస్ వాట్ ఇస్ హైరార్కీ స్ప్లిట్ అని డైరెక్ట్ ఆటోమేటిక్ అదే స్ప్లిట్ కావాలి. నాకు ఇక్కడ ప్రాబ్లం ఉంది, బగ్ అది ఏదో బగ్ ఇక్కడ సిస్టంలో. బట్ రియల్ టైంలో మీకు ఓకే, మీకు బాగానే ఉంటుంది, మీకు ఇబ్బంది లేదు. సో నౌ వాట్ ఐమ్ ట్రైంగ్ టు డూ టు సాల్వ్ దిస్ ప్రాబ్లమ్, ఐఎమ్ జస్ట్ రైటింగ్ కన్వర్టింగ్ దిస్ టు స్మాల్ రొటీన్. ఐ యూజ్ నోడ్ నేమ్, ఐ విల్ ఆల్సో యూజ్ వాట్ info bit name. నేను ఏం చేస్తానంటే దిస్ cust key value should be is what? If info bit name is Z cust key, node name is equal to result. అంటే info bit name cust key ఉన్నప్పుడు ఈ node name కదా రావాలి కదా, అది తీసుకోలేదు, ఆటోమేటిక్ తీసుకోవడంలే నేను రొటీన్ రాస్తున్నాను. ఓకేనా బస్, ఫైన్. ఐ విల్ సే if the incoming source record as my info bit name is what? ఇదే ఉంటే ఫ్లాట్ ఫైల్ ఇదే ఉందండి Z cust key అయితే ఈ కాలం ఏం తీసుకోవాలి? నోడ్ నేమ్ షుడ్ గో ఇంటు దిస్. This logic should be taken care automatically with hierarchy split. It is not working out properly, so I am just controlling it. Okay, boss, that's it. Fine. Only I changed routine in the structure. Okay, no other segment I've changed, nothing else. Just activate. Back. Now just run the info package. Now extraction will have all the file details. In the hierarchy selection, it is showing you some hierarchy. Where did I create this? In the data source, did I create hierarchy what I wanted to load? So I want to create this. Okay, select the hierarchy what you have created. Processing of update script. So from this file, it is going to load it to this app, because I can have multiple hierarchies. I can have different set of files, multiple hierarchies for one info update. Which are the file to which hierarchy I must choose it. So from this file, I must load it to this hierarchy here. Customer type. Start. It has failed, saying what file is open. Okay. Now I've run the load. Actually, do you remember how many records I've got in flat file? 8 nodes, and 8 records kada. But how many records it is loading? Ikkada 8 కనిపిస్తున్నాయి. Let me go to data source and see this. Okay, I want to see the data in the PSA. PSA data adugute. What is this record? One record, because my segment is what? Header. So header ఏముందో హైరార్కీ నేమ్ ఉంది హెడర్లో, ఇది ఒక సెగ్మెంట్. అగైన్ పిఎస్ఏ ఐఎల్సి హెడర్ డిస్క్రిప్షన్, దీంట్లో ఎన్ని ఉన్నాయి రికార్డ్స్? 1 ఉంది. దీంట్లో హైరార్కీ పేరు డిస్క్రిప్షన్, దాని పేరుకి దాని డిస్క్రిప్షన్ అదే ఇచ్చిన. నెక్స్ట్ మళ్ళీ సిపిఎస్ఏ నెక్స్ట్ సెగ్మెంట్ ఐ వాంట్ సి స్ట్రక్చర్, దీంట్లో ఎన్ని ఉన్నాయి రికార్డ్స్? 8 ఆ 2 10 మొత్తం. ఇది నా స్ట్రక్చర్ మొత్తం, పేరెంట్ చైల్డ్ లింకప్. మళ్ళీ ఇంకో సెగ్మెంట్ ఉంది, వాట్ ఇస్ ఇట్? ఆ నోట్స్ సంబంధించిన డిస్క్రిప్షన్స్, మళ్ళీ 8 నోట్స్ ఉన్నాయి, 8 డిస్క్రిప్షన్స్ ఉంటాయి. యాక్చువల్గా 8 ప్లస్ 2 మొత్తం 18 రికార్డ్స్ కదా బాస్. అంటే ఇన్ 4 సెగ్మెంట్స్. I'll create DDP and run the load. ఏంది 8 అంటే రికార్డ్స్ 18 అని చూపిస్తుంది. ఏంది 18 రికార్డ్స్? హెడర్ ఒకటి, దాని డిస్క్రిప్షన్ ఒకటి 2, స్ట్రక్చర్లో 8, మళ్ళీ డిస్క్రిప్షన్ 8, అట్లా 4 సెగ్మెంట్లు కాబట్టి 8, 8, 16, 18 రికార్డ్, అది 18 రికార్డ్స్. ఓకే, అయిపోయింది, లోడింగ్ అయిపోయింది. అయిపోతే నా ఇఫ్ యూ గో టు మై ఇన్ఫాబ్రిక్స్ మెను, ఇఫ్ యూ సర్చ్ ఫర్ ఇన్ఫాబ్రిక్ Z cust key, you should start seeing hierarchy customer type, right click display. So you're seeing them as folders. Why? Because, and you see what is information representing them? 0 HR, because they are text elements, text nodes. Expand them, you see them green, and this is representing customer key because they are characteristic nodes. Okay, Navas? Now I'll go to Bex query, enable it. Now go to customer key. This enable kaavadamlo, just close it once. Go to hierarchy now. Okay, now it is just showing as normal customer. I want to show this customer with hierarchy. So click on this hierarchy tab, click on this. Now it will ask me which hierarchy you want. Drop down, say what? I want to display customer with this hierarchy. Chodu tree, chinna tree vastundi ikkada. It means customers will be shown with hierarchy what is built in the backend. When reporting like if I refresh it, ఆల్ ఉంది, ఎక్సెప్షన్ ఉంది, ఎక్స్పాండ్ చేస్తే ఇది హైరార్కీస్ పీడం. ఓకేనన్నా? సరే, నాకు ఇట్లా కస్టమర్ టైప్ వద్దు, కంట్రీని బట్టి కావాలనుకో, ఈ మెసేజ్ ఐ వాంట్ ఇట్ ఫర్ కంట్రీ. ఇదే ఫైల్ ఏం చేస్తానంటే ఈడ ఐఎన్ యూఎస్ పెడతా. The node names would margin. Most of the hierarchy is same. Let me save this as a country hierarchy and but you can still load very big hierarchy with lot of node levels also. No practice do this. Okay. For the same infobit, I would like to load one more hierarchy. I can still leverage the same data source, same flow only. Bus. Okay. Is there a flow? Okay, I'll not disturb this. This is for I'll say hierarchy loading customer type and better. So whenever you want to load customer type hierarchy, use that info package. Okay, I'll create a copy of this. I'll say country hierarchy. So I'll use the same infrastructure of data flow, but country hierarchy ఏం మారుతుంది? ఫ్లాట్ ఫైల్ ఇస్ డిఫరెంట్. స్ట్రక్చర్ హైరార్కీ ఫైల్కి ఎప్పుడైనా స్ట్రక్చర్ ఒకటే కదప్ప. చేసుకో. అది కాపీ ఎందుకు, కొత్త నోట్స్ వేసి అప్డేట్ ట్రీ కొట్టచ్చు. చూపిస్తు. Now you give new file. Now I want this to be loading a new hierarchy bus. Now you can create a new header in info file. Will create this same. Say create header. Now this is not customer type. Now this I'll tell what. Now if you go to hierarchy selection, చూడన్నా ఇప్పుడు రెండు కనిపిస్తున్నాయి. Now what are the file you selected? You want to load to which hierarchy now? Hierarchy country read button select చేసి కొడతాం. DTP can be same. You don't have to create new DTPs. అయిపోయింది. ఇన్ఫో ప్రొవైడర్కి వెళ్తే రిఫ్రెష్ కొడితే సార్ నాట్ ఇన్ఫో ప్రొవైడర్ సార్, ఇన్ఫో మెనూకి వెళ్తే రిఫ్రెష్ కొడితే I have one more hierarchy country display. ఇప్పుడు ఇండియా యూఎస్ అట్లా నువ్వు ఎన్ని hierarchies అయినా లోడ్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. నౌ యూ ఆస్క్ మీ, సపోజ్ నా ఇదే ఫైల్కి ఐ వాంట్ లోడ్ న్యూ కంట్రీ జర్మనీ అని చేయాలి. I'm just loading a new country, okay? This is subtree I'm inserting, yeah. So for this I need to add a new country again. Now you brought in a new country. Now I should go to data flow. Now this time I'll choose a different file, okay. Okay, still have to get into the same. Here you have normal full, it brings all the records. But when I go to DTP, you have options here. In the update, do you want to, if I say full update, overrides the complete hierarchy. I don't want to override, I just want to have what update subtree, okay. Sorry. We should say insert some update. Norm, I'll select the old file again. అది subtree ఉంది కదా. ఎందుకంటే Why it is overwriting it? I have all node also, so it is getting. If I have only Germany, then I should say update tree. Now what I'll do? I'll go to the file, select as what? Subtree పెడతాను. Same hierarchy, let it load. But when you go DTP, I'll change this to what? Insert subtree. చెప్తా. So now it adds up as a new node. Look at this, now it adds up as a new node. Actually full update ante it always overrides a complete hierarchy. Adi full tree.
Same data source unte one day.
Yeppa?
Same data source file same unte into one more day.
లేదు కాదు అట్లా ఫైల్తో సంబంధం లేదు. చూడు కాన్సెప్ట్. ఇఫ్ ఐ సే ఫుల్ అప్డేట్ అంటే ఎవ్రీ టైమ్ వాట్ ఆర్ ఇట్ టేక్స్ ఆల్ ద నోట్స్ అండ్ క్రియేట్స్ అ కంప్లీట్ న్యూ హైరార్కీ ఆల్వేస్ ఆల్ టుగెదర్. ఓకే, వెన్ ఐ సే ఇన్సర్ట్ సబ్ ట్రీ అని అనుకో, already I have a root node and I would like to formulate a new branch of the tree of the root, that is insert subtree. Okay boss, update subtree ante I already have a node, in that I am adding new children into it, that is update. If I say insert subtree, altogether I am adding a new branch, that is like new country, that is insert subtree. With an existing node, if I want to add up some nodes, that is update subtree. ఇప్పుడు ఇండియా ఉంది, ఇండియాలో చిల్డ్రన్ యాడ్ చేయాలనుకో, then I'll say update subtree. Already have a subtree and it update that. Insert subtree, new branch implement cheyalante, then I'll say update subtree. Sorry, insert subtree. Insert subtree is for new branch. Update subtree is for adding new children to the branch. And full is completely reloading complete hierarchy. Mottam reload. It deletes the hierarchy and reloads new hierarchy.
So what if there are multiple sources? There are two countries in one data source and then one other. So would you take the same?
Both data source is only one for me.
You want to bring it in PSP?
Even for loading both hierarchies, I've used only one data source only. I've not used two. Files are different, and for each file is for different set of hierarchy. Data source ఒకటే కదా, డేటా సోర్స్ ఒకటే, ఒక్కొక్క హైరార్కీ డిఫరెంట్ ఫైల్స్ ఉన్నాయి. ఈచ్ ఫైల్ హెస్ టు గెట్ ఇట్ డిఫరెంట్ హైరార్కీ. నాకు మల్టిపుల్ ఫైల్స్ హెస్ టు గెట్ ఇట్ సేమ్ హైరార్కీ అంటే ఐ యూజ్ కాన్సెప్ట్ ఆఫ్ అప్డేట్ ఫుల్ ట్రీ ఆర్ ఇన్సర్ట్ సబ్ ట్రీ డిపెండింగ్ ఆన్ ద రిక్వైర్మెంట్. But both the files are two different hierarchies altogether. And moreover, my PSC is forming all the requests, right? My PSC is forming all the requests, but it is not loading all the duplicate. Why? Because in the DTP for hierarchy, it always selects this check. Only retrieve last request. Only latest load helpothantum. Even though you are loading multiple files, only the latest file is loaded to the next level hierarchy. Okay. And apart from loading like this here, you can also create hierarchy manually also. So I'll go to change of this info bit, hierarchies, and say what? Maintain hierarchies. Say these two are loaded from flat file. Now I can create manually also. Like I want to create text node. Under this text node I want okay, and API I want characteristic nodes, customer keys. Right click కొట్టి కూడా అనొచ్చు customer keys. Like this I can create hierarchy manually also. This is about hierarchies. Is it simple? So loading of hierarchies and creating it manually. So now you should be able to load your attribute data, text data, hierarchies, transaction data to the cube also. Done. And the property of cube is overwrite or not? If I try to bring the same record, it overwrites it. So how do I, property of cube is additive, it keeps adding up the records. But if I need to overwrite the records, I must use what? ODS. So next topic is how do I create ODS, how does overwriting happen in ODS. Then we should learn about how do I extract from flat file to ODS and from ODS to cube. That is what they do in real time. Okay. So next concept would be on ODS. So before I go on to ODS, I think you have these 2 days time. Practice this well. Are you people practicing, boss? Or